That's it on our regular agenda. Anyone from the public wishing to address us on anything under the sun?
Kathleen Ryan, I'm a victim of hers, okay? And my case was assigned to her March of 2018. I'm still in the courts with supposedly her, and has not done her job correctly. The situation would have been resolved if she'd done her job correctly, looked at all my evidence, everything. Ryan has all of my evidence and never looked at. In court, she tells me to shut up and be quiet. She's very biased, never will let me speak. And on July 17th, 2024, I was at court with my evidence to prove she refused to look at. 2 days after she was released, Judge Hallmark assigned a hearing to evict me from my home. Never has heard my case, nothing. And the judge she has assigned is Sheldon Cooper. Does anybody know who Sheldon C. Cooper is? He's from the Big Bang Theory. And she let this paperwork go out. Judge Bryan's courtroom is made up of all actors and actresses. I mean, the attorneys and her. So 5 days ago, Ed Hutton announced with the WXYZ, he wants to protect the people in the courtroom with Judge Ryan.
I didn't want to lose my job, and I didn't want to be in her crosshairs. It's such a David and Goliath situation. I don't have the power. I'm not elected. I could get fired tomorrow.
Instead, he wants to bring up smoke screens of racism and sex of our CEO. How does racism and the lifestyle of David Coulter help with the people in the courtroom? And now Judge Hallmark has stepped up to the plate. Yes, I did make one complaint in 2018, and I was a whistleblower at that time, but that was the end of it. So this is how you survive when you're a whistleblower in Kathleen Ryan's courtroom.
I'd like to just ask a couple quick questions because it's always good to know our audience. I believe we've met before.
You look familiar.
Yes, and so I just want to make sure, Ms. Lubes, I think that we've met.
Sorry, could you state where you live?
I am out of Wayne County, but we have also probate stuff here in Oakland County. We actually have a case with the Attorney General. This county is going to be humiliated again because of what happened with Judge Ryan, but it's going to happen again with our court case because the Attorney General is engaging, which is beautiful. I want to clarify that this board of 19 members serve a 2-year term, and your goal is and function is for policy formation, and that you guys also maintain the accountability and the delivery of services for the administration of justice, because that's what page 48 of your budget says, that's what you guys do. Because you know, I know her case pretty well. She can't tell you the whole case. It's pretty bad. If you're listening to this, please know that we've been battling this probate court situation for a long time. Everybody has seen what happened with Judge Ryan, right? Everybody has seen it. You guys know what we're talking about? Is that a yes? And everybody knows that Ed Hutton is the administrator there that we've tried to give complaints to for years. And now he's, ratting out stuff that is not really, in my opinion, it's a smokescreen. So commissioners, I sit here today to address a crisis that has been festering in our probate court system, not just the last 5 days, but for years. The recent headlines about inappropriate conversations are merely the tip of an iceberg of injustice that families in our community has been colliding with since at least 2018. Let me be clear, the actions, or rather the inactions of Judge Hallmark, Judge Ryan, and probate administrator Edward Hutton are at the heart of this crisis. These individuals entrusted with the solemn duty of administering justice and protecting our most vulnerable citizens have consistently failed to address the real concerns brought forth by families in our community. Since 2018, families have been appearing in local news, sharing heart-wrenching stories of their experience with our probate court. And since 2018, desperate citizens have turned to our state legislators and our county legislators pleading for intervention. What were these families reporting? Wasn't gossip, wasn't trivial matters, but serious systemic issues of bias and prejudice that has torn families apart and stripped vulnerable individuals of their rights and assets. The real concerns that Judge Hallmark, Judge Ryan, and Mr. Hutton should have been addressing are, 1, the blatant bias in case rulings, favoring certain attorneys or guardians based on their systemic facts and perjury. 2, prejudice against family members who dare to question the court's decisions or the actions of court-appointed guardians. 3, rubber stamping our motions that drain estates, enrich a select group of attorneys and guardians at the expense of the vulnerable individuals. 4, ignoring or dismissing evidence of financial exploitation presented by the families. And 5, retaliatory actions against those who speak out, including restrictive visitation orders, punitive legal fees, or in my case, happened, because 12 jurors here never got all the facts. So if you remember, I brought in the bruises that a sheriff here at this place did to me and then took all the photos. So this is retaliatory actions that they go against us. These are not isolated incidents. These are not minor oversights. This is a pattern of behavior that has been persistent for years, destroying lives and eroding the very foundation of trust in our judicial system. The fact that Judge Hallmark, Judge Ryan, and Mr. Hutton are now embroiled in a scandal about inappropriate conversations is frankly a distraction from their years of failure to address the substantive issues. It's a smokescreen that threatens to once again divert attention from us real victims, the families and vulnerable individuals who have been crying out for justice since 2018. In closing, because I'm almost done, Commissioners, I implore you to see through this diversion and take decisive action. In closing, I'd like you to launch an independent investigation into all the cases handled by probate judges since 2018 with a focus on pattern of bias and prejudice in rulings. 2, review Mr. Hutton's role as the probate administrator, particularly his handling of complaints and evidence submitted by families over the years. 3, establish an independent citizen oversight committee to review probate cases and ensure unbiased administration of justice. 4, create a transparent reporting system for families to document their concerns without fear of retaliation. And 5, mandate cultural competency and anti-bias training for all probate court staff with regular assessments. There's no assessments. 20 million for the circuit, 11 for the district, and 4 million to the probate courts. We put a lot of money in salaries for that. So the time for looking the other way is over. The families who have been fighting this battle since 2018, who have braved public scrutiny and legal retaliation to speak their truth, deserve more than headlines about private conversations. We deserve justice, and I'm sorry I'm getting emotional here. Commissioners, you have the power to be the turning point in this long-standing crisis. Will you continue to allow a system that has constantly demonstrated bias and prejudice to operate unchecked? Or will you take a stand for the families who have been pleading with you guys since 2018? The eyes of every family in our county are upon you. They're waiting to see if their government will finally acknowledge their plan and take concrete steps to address the real issues plaguing our probate courts. Let today be the day we say no more distractions, no more evasions, no more injustice. Let's tackle the real problems head on and restore integrity into our probate court system. So thank you. And this gentleman here came and reviewed a lot of our court. You don't remember, but I remember.
I remember.
One of the judges took out 3 seconds that they said, we don't want to talk to you people, because they don't like us. We are catching them red-handed. And like I said, I appreciate employees that work hard, but you know what? There are assets that are being destroyed. Go by Orchard Lake and Grand River, is the winery building. It's our building. Been wasted and dissipated. We're still in court since 2012. The Attorney General finally, after years of fighting, you guys have seen me, we're not stopping, because it's not just us, it's now happening to other families. And now it's even national, and now it's embarrassing because all my national advocates are going, what's going on in Oakland County? You guys were a joke. We are the richest, most popular county in Michigan, and now we have judges and Ed Hutton embarrassing us. And really, you know, I've been on this for a long time, and I know a few of you guys, and really being a felon, I was a state rep candidate and didn't make my seat. I could do multiple jobs. I'm good at it, but right now the Lord wants me doing this, and I'm pleading and begging with you all to please contact me and our group and get us help with what's going on in this probate court. You guys are their bread and butter. Cut their funding off and make them clean up their acts, because I'd like to have a clear presentation like these people did for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, where I can give you PowerPoint presentations, show you the citizens of Oakland County that have been harmed, but I don't know how to get in those seats. And it's, I thought it's our state, it's our county, we're allowed to bring our problems to you guys. So if there's any way, if you're the chair, if you can talk with me, this is a government operations situation. And if you could contact me and tell me what the process is to get on the agenda, I would appreciate that.
Ooh, that's
Is
a
that
good question.
possible?
Maybe. Could I ask one of you guys to talk with you right now? Well, I'm gonna wrap up our meeting and we can sidebar.
And then you can talk to me later?
Yeah.
I can wait.
So, okay,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that'd be
we're
awesome.
almost
Thank
done.
you.
We're on.
I appreciate
Yep,
that.
thank you very much.
Thank you.